The first time it happened, nobody could quite explain it. It wasn't announced. There was no press release. No dramatic teaser. No cryptic countdown. Just a voice. A familiar voice, smooth, controlled, emotionally precise, yet somehow carrying something ancient, spiritual, almost supernatural. As Bruno Mars sang, something shifted in the air. Fans didn't just listen. They felt it. And what they felt sent shivers down spines across continents. Social media froze for a moment, then exploded. Why does this feel like Bob Marley? I swear I felt goosebumps the second he hit that note. This isn't imitation, this feels possessed. At first the comments seemed exaggerated, the kind of hyperbole fans throw around when they're emotional. But the reactions didn't fade. They intensified. Videos analyzing Bruno Mars' tone, cadence, and breath control began circulating at an alarming speed. Clips were slowed down, vocals isolated, lyrics dissected. And then came the silence, the unsettling kind. Because even people who were Bruno Mars fans started saying the same thing. There was something undeniably Marley-esque happening here. Not just reggae influence, not just homage, not just inspiration. Something deeper, something spiritual, something that felt like history looping back on itself. Bob Marley, the prophet of reggae, the revolutionary voice of resistance, peace, and spiritual awakening, had been gone for decades. His music had outlived him, yes, but never had anyone made people feel like he was present again. Until now. Bruno Mars had always been known as a chameleon. Funk, soul, R&B, pop, rock, he wore genres like second skin. But this was different. This wasn't versatility. This was transformation. Fans began pointing out subtle details. The way Bruno held certain notes, letting them waver just enough to feel human, vulnerable, imperfect. The rhythm choices that leaned backward instead of forward. The spiritual pauses, moments where silence spoke louder than sound. Moments Bob Marley once mastered. And then came the lyrics. Not direct references, not obvious tributes, but themes, freedom, inner peace, pain masked as joy, love framed as resistance. Lyrics that didn't scream protest, yet carried it quietly, confidently, like a truth that didn't need to shout. Was this intentional? Or was something else guiding it? Speculation spiraled when old interviews resurfaced. Bruno Mars, years ago, had spoken about music being something that chooses you, not the other way around. At the time, it sounded poetic. Now, fans were replaying those words with unease. What did he mean by that? More chilling were the coincidences. Certain melodies aligned eerily with Marley's chord progressions, not copied, not sampled, but emotionally aligned. Music theorists weighed in, admitting something strange. The similarities weren't technical. They were spiritual. You can copy a chord. You can imitate a rhythm. But you cannot fake soul. Yet there it was. Fans began sharing stories. People crying without knowing why, feeling calm and restless at the same time. A sense of nostalgia for something they had never personally lived through. Older listeners said it felt like the first time they heard Marley in the 70s. Younger fans said it felt like discovering a voice that already knew them. Theories exploded. Was Bruno Mars channeling Bob Marley intentionally, as an artistic experiment? Was this a carefully constructed tribute disguised as evolution? Or the theory that made people uncomfortable to even type? Was this a case of musical reincarnation? The phrase Bob Marley Reborn trended globally within hours. Critics tried to shut it down. It's just influence, they said. Artists inspire artists. But the more they dismissed it, the louder the fans became. Because influence doesn't usually make people feel haunted. Then something unexpected happened. Musicians respected, seasoned, not prone to superstition, began commenting. Carefully, cautiously. Some refused to go on record. Others chose their words like landmines. There are moments in music history, one unnamed producer said, where it feels like a voice returns through another body. Rare, unexplainable, but not impossible. That quote alone reignited the fire. Bruno Mars, meanwhile, said nothing. No clarification, no denial, no playful wink to the rumors. Just silence. And silence in moments like this is never empty. Fans analyzed his recent performances with forensic obsession. His stage presence seemed different, calmer, less showy, more grounded, as if he wasn't trying to impress, only to transmit something. Transmit what? A message, a memory, a legacy. The tension peaked when a live performance clip surfaced where Bruno closed his eyes mid-song, hands open, voice trembling ever so slightly, and for a split second the resemblance was undeniable. Not visual, emotional. Bob Marley didn't sing to people. He sang through something. And suddenly, Bruno Mars seemed to be doing the same. Is it coincidence that the world feels desperate for voices of unity again? Is it coincidence that themes of peace and spiritual grounding are resurfacing through him now? Or is music, as it has always done, choosing its next vessel? Some fans believe this moment was inevitable, that certain spirits never leave, they wait, they watch, and when the time is right, they speak again. Others reject the idea entirely, calling it romantic nonsense fueled by internet hysteria. But even skeptics admit one thing. Whatever is happening, it's powerful. Too powerful to ignore. Bruno Mars hasn't become Bob Marley. But the question haunting millions isn't about identity. It's about presence. Because if Bob Marley's music was never meant to die, and if Bruno Mars is now carrying something that feels eerily familiar, then what exactly are we witnessing right now? A tribute, a transformation, or the most chilling musical rebirth of our generation? And the most terrifying, thrilling question of all. If Bob Marley's spirit can live again through Bruno Mars,